time is now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you out there? Welcome to NUFC Talk. We got the live presser reaction right now with the lads. Eddie Howe was spoken in front of the media about the Man City matchup coming up for the Carabao Cup tomorrow. Good morning, lads. How are you?
Good morning, everybody out there in Viewerland.
Always
That's
good
right.
after a win, you know me.
Of course. And you can call us and have your say, of course, 0191-916-8864. Call us now and have your say. We've got some quotes, of course, from Eddie Howe. Happy birthday, Sven Botman, by the way. Today is his birthday. And hopefully he starts performing and staying healthy and a lot better than what he did at the weekend, because that was a shocking performance, to say the least. But we can talk about that, of course, if it comes around. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and help the channel grow, of course, so you can enjoy more stuff. And don't forget to join the membership club, NTTV Plus, for exclusive content. $4.99 a month, and you get many shows. The player ratings, one of them. You will get one, of course, right after Man City. Take a look at the one that Ian McKay and Michael Gramslow did at the weekend. That was an interesting one, of course. So watch that one and any other stuff that we got for members. All right, so we got some quotes. And by the way, after this show, there is a Journal Insight with Jack Cunningham using some information from TalkSport and chief correspondent, the one the Mighty Wind didn't even know about. Mighty Wind, who? The one that looks like Michael Gramslow? You're muted, by the way.
Mr. Cook.
I'm saying I've got no idea.
Alex Crook, man. Alex Crook. Chief. He's just chief correspondent for TalkSport, but never mind. Never mind that. But anyway, so that's Jack's got some information from them, and so he'll share that in those news with you. So take a look at and just proving that the American Mag was right when Mighty Win was arguing with me about Livramento. So we shall see. But watch that video right after this one. You should be redirected.
What was arguing about Livramento?
Well, then you go on and watch that video first. How about that? And then come back to me, and then we'll talk about tonight. Craig Hope, not Craig Hope. I'm just reading the quotes here. But Eddie Howe has spoken in front of the media. We just watched that. So what do you guys think of it? What was your main topic? It was all about City for once.
In fact, that was amazing. For once, it was actually all about the Man City game. It was a lot of it was, was it how big an advantage was it for Man City having the second leg away, and how was he specifically planning to set the team up against Man City when they've got such a big squad that you don't really know what team they're going to be playing. And he said, well, the only real way to combat that is to impose in the first leg, to impose our style on them and let them worry about us, more or less, words to that effect. And of course, that's absolutely right, because how do you plan who the squad size they've got, albeit they've got a few injuries at the minute, but with the squad size they've got, whereas probably any opposing manager could name 9 players that are going to start for us. We couldn't do the same for Man City.
I mean, okay, go on. I want to take a look.
I mean, the only thing I'm going to say is the fact that the one thing that came to light for me was the words. This is probably the most difficult team in England and probably Europe to play in 2 legs, because they are 2 different types of animal. They are very expressive, and they enjoy teams that allow them space behind. So at home, we know how dangerous they can be. We're going to be more of the pressing side at home, I would have thought, even though that wasn't the case when we played them last time. and we took our opportunities really well. The one thing that comes to mind for me, the advantage of home has to count, I think. And I think we have to take our chances when we get them. And I think if we allow Man City off the hook, like we have done at the start of the season, where we dominated majority of the matches in the first 3 matches, and we really didn't come away with anything because we didn't get a striker or anything else, any excuses you want. And I think the biggest problem for us is we've seen recently that we are starting to score again now, but we're also conceding really strange goals. We're very leaky at the back. The biggest problem for me is against Man City, they will dominate those insecurities, if you like, in our defence and punish us if we allow them to. So, we've got to have players, literally, the mindset of players has to be good in the attacking mode, also in the defensive setup. So, we've got to be switched on. When we lose the ball, we've got to get players that are willing to get back into position. So, for me, the attack on Tuesday has to be as good as the defence. You've got to take your chances. You've also not got to concede anything that you give away.
Go on.
Well, Louise, as usual, was in with a question that he didn't like, saying, what did he think of our kamikaze, was the word she used, kamikaze midfield, and was Tonali being asked to do too much, and could that have been a reason for his drop in form recently? Which Eddie said he certainly didn't like the word kamikaze, and that he thought Sandro was coming back to his best on Sunday.
He certainly ran some yards on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday he's one of the best players. I was taking a look at Man City's lineup the last 3 games, except the FA Cup one. They beat 10-1, I think.
Yeah, Exeter. The 2 cities, as you said.
The two citizens. Well, there's only one city alive in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got the 2 St James's Park teams.
Yeah.
Where?
Exeter and Newcastle.
Exeter. You're gonna say Exeter.
They got St James's Park.
Yeah, they play at St James's Park.
It's a San Juan Park. That ain't a St James's Park. But I was looking at the lineups for Man City in the last 3 games before the FA Cup, and more or less are the same players, by the way. I mean, there's a few that change, of course, but they're about the main guys always play.
Yeah,
main guys always play. You can argue whether Cherky coming on, he comes off, and Reinders a little bit as well.
Yeah, but they've got Semenyo in now, of course, which is the other.
They got Semenyo, but
I'm saying he was asked about. The rule change, that allowed Semenyo to play for Man City now. And he was kind of pointedly asked, that's bad luck for us, but at least it means that should we sign anybody in the window before tomorrow, or before the second leg, I suppose, they would be allowed to play as well. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but they've already got one edge nicely sharpened.
I highly doubt we're going to sign anybody anyway. So
but I mean, you look at the last game in that they played in the Premier League, which was against Brighton, I believe, and you have a look at their bench, right? And I said, I think there's every single player on that side, and you could probably question Nico O'Reilly against Hall, but I mean, Cherky, Rodri, O'Reilly, and Rico Lewis, all good players that come on the field of play in the second half. It's not only fresh legs that they give you; they also give you that difference. And you think about game changers. We all know at the minute Cherky is on fire at City. He's playing with freedom, and that is what Man City have got. And that's what I said. The game itself is easy if you don't overcomplicate it. The problem is you've got to have the right players with the football IQ to develop that plan of action that's been put down. And like I said, I think we have got a set plan of whatever Eddie Howe wants to try and prove. I just think we are lacking in certain areas to develop that plan over the 90 minutes. Certain parts of the game look excellent. Certain parts of the game look absolutely ragged. And I think that, against Man City, you've got to get it literally 98% spot on against Man City at home.
Yeah, the good thing is we are home. We were in the same situation than last time when we eliminated them. I don't think that they're going to do what they did in the FA Cup, which is absolutely rotate everybody. I think, and they still beat them 10-1, which is insane. But again, I don't know about Exeter, so I don't know if they're where
they're
they
not
at.
a great side. Yeah, they're not a great side.
So,
but I mean, you can only play what's in front of you, Chris. And like I say, to put 10 past anybody, any team, it is a feat in its own.
I mean, they got this Malik's Lane guy. Bernardo Silva is good. Kusanov is good. Ake is good. And Funi, whoever he is, Rico Lewis, Ryan McAdoo, and Reinders. So they got some good players out there, to be fair, against this team. But it's 10-1. That's murder, man, more or less.
Yeah.
And but again, I'm looking at Man City. They do switch up, but it's not. There's a main core of guys that start all the time. So I don't know, man.
That's young Max Elaine. He was the lad they picked up in 21 from Southampton, and like I say, it's taken him a few seasons to break through, but he seems to be doing okay after having several years now in the under-21s. He's certainly a young lad that's got prospects, and that's what I said. You look at what they've got coming through their academies now. They are picking up all of the cream. And allowing them to develop. Those that just don't make the grade get sold on for profit. And like I say, it takes some player at this present moment in time to take O'Reilly's place, because O'Reilly is actually taking the Premier League by storm. In my eyes, he's a really accomplished fullback.
Yeah, he's playing a lot on the left side. So, but one thing that does change, and that's on the manager, is the actual tactical formation that they use, because they've been, like, for some games they use this Christmas tree lookalike formation, and against Brighton last game in the Premier League they used this 4-1-4-1 formation. According to Google, of course, everybody moves once the kickoff, once the game starts. But at the end of the day, that's the one that seems to be the main thing. But that's up to the manager, though. So, it's not really about player availability, or is there? I mean, maybe it is, because you got more of a chance. But we got players to play different formations. We saw it against Bournemouth. We saw it. I didn't think it was as bad as people thought it was. I mean, it wasn't great at all, to be fair, but
you can't judge it on one game, because this is the problem. It's about patterns of play. When you start making a change in formation, something that you've never done before, and I think that's why when we went to 5 at the back, we looked really awkward. It's not something that we do on a regular basis. So the lads then, during that patterns of play, the passages and phases of play through, sometimes they look as though they stop and then look at where they need to be within that pattern of play. And it seemed very similar on Saturday against Bournemouth in that new look front line. It was a bit stop and start at times, but it was exciting to watch. It was nice to see them go in this new transition, this 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1. There was so many different phases and styles to that team on the day. And again, you look at Harvey Barnes sometimes playing out-and-out striker at times. He was the most forward player at times. And like I said, at the minute, he seems the most accomplished in front of goal.
Well, I've seen lots of negativity about the performance on Saturday and attributing it to the formations. Sorry?
You're one of them, by the way. You came on here talking about how it wasn't a good performance.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, everybody's saying, well, we've tried Wissa and Walter together. That obviously doesn't work. And I'm saying that you cannot argue that at all from 190 minutes when the midfield wasn't, when you've got that formation playing with our full squad, then you're going to be able to, and also, by the way, give them a couple of games to get used to it, to make the transition, and then you can make a decision as well. That doesn't work, but it actually did work for me on Saturday to an extent, because Wissa had 2 golden opportunities that he missed, both of which were provided by Walter Marder. Walter Marder had a chance, he missed. It was Walter Marder that provided the assist for, in other words, getting players in front of Walty is how he, proves his benefit, apart from finishing himself, of course.
There you go. This is the most common sense you've spoken in the last 2 years that you've been on. So that's good. I like that. I like that you're learning, man. I like that you're learning. You know what I mean? And I agree with you.
Because you've got nothing to learn at all.
I didn't like when Wissa came off. I didn't like it, but Gordon came on, and he's the one that made the assist. And I think Eddie Howe today in the presser was a little keen to point that out, that he's the one that put the cross in for Harvey Barnes, which is fair enough, but he needs to be more consistent, if you will. Gordon, I think
he put Tenali through for the penalty as well.
Yeah,
In the previous,
I think what you've also got to take is the weaknesses in the Man City side, and I think when you look at, they have in a similar situation problems the same as we have. A lot of their injuries is defensive. They've still got a good quality in there. I mean, I'm not saying it's poor, but they have lost some key players at that back. And for me, if Nathan Ake plays right back, I think, you look at where Harvey Barnes just seems to be same as Miley at the moment. Just play me. I'm happy to play. Just start me. Put me anywhere you want on the field of play, and I'll do my best for you. But I think Anthony Gordon against Ake could be a really good competition to see. I think we could probably win that challenge. And again, for me, it's all about that individual challenge. Can they go individual and do their best and get the results? Because I think if you win that individual challenge, then you've got every opportunity. Midfield, as we know, are quality in Man City. That's going to take a duel.
Well, if you think about it, once the starter was Willock, and Willock's not going to start this game. So I would definitely do clearly Gordon over him and Baltimore. I would do it again, Wissa and Harvey Barnes, because to me those are the best wingers we got, and we'll ever have right now until we could buy somebody else. So why not put the best against Man City? Because you're gonna need the best.
And that includes Bruno and J7 in midfield as well, by the way.
Well, Bruno, and then you got to add Tonali in there, so you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to.
Bruno, it's exactly the same as Saturday. Whatever forward can come up with at the back, that's in the lap.
No, but the problem is that Joe Linton didn't start, though. That's the thing. Joe Linton didn't start this game.
No, Ramsey did, though. I would drop Ramsey and Willock and play Bruno and J7.
Did Bruno start? I don't think Bruno started. Well, good morning, Richie. How are you, mate? So that's the thing.
Hello, my friends. How are you?
We're doing Good morning, Tunette. What's going on, man? Did you get your new top?
Well, what I've got to say is, isn't it great to see us actually coming back and getting the win eventually?
Yeah.
That unity. I think that's something that's been a massive positive for us in these last couple of games, buddy. Going right to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tenacity from where we're literally finally we're actually at the end of the game, we're walking away happy. It's so good to see. It's took so long to get there. Didn't get us wrong. The way we're playing at the minute is scary. It reminds us of the Keegan era where, we'll score one more than yous, basically. That's what it reminds me of. But it's just really good to see us, finally getting the right results coming in. It's scary football. It's not the right football. We need to sort it out. But at the end of the day, at least it's good to see these wins coming in at last.
Yeah. But I think, again,
and
though...
by the way, 2 games on the trot, we've come from behind. And
that's my point, mate. That's my point. Win.
From exactly not doing it all season.
That's right.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to get me words out. I'm not very good at I know what I want to say, but I'm not the best at getting it out.
Great, mate. You're great.
I've been like that all my life, buddy.
But the thing, though, Richard,
Right.
is that we can't also now fall into the thing that all of a sudden we're not gonna come back every game, so we can't put ourselves in a situation where we start going down all of a sudden, expecting
I
us to come
totally
back
agree,
every game.
Chris. Totally
So,
agree, mate. I really do. I would. I mean, we can't continue it on. We just simply can't. We need to tighten up. I mean, if you look at one of their goals where it was way outside the box, you expect the keeper to get ahead of that. Like, I was a bit disappointed with one of the goals in particular.
well, that goal that Botman let in, I mean that was criminal. There was no
Yeah.
defending that. I mean, did you think he's got a point though that he was upset at Ramsdale for not coming out on time?
No, I don't think at all.
It was one of the. It's hard to put the blame on who, wasn't it? It's like, personally, I would prefer that the keeper stays on his line, and lets the defender deal with it until he can't. That's what I would personally prefer.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that
Botman could have cleared that. No bother.
I think that's easier said than done though. When I think the trouble is, it was the pace on the ball that beat Botman. Botman then just thought, I can get body in front of player, and he did so for the first 3 yards. But it was the pace. Botman just looks so slow at the minute, so sluggish, and that's what I said. Sometimes when you come back from an injury, a long-term injury, it takes you so long to read channels. He looked. On one of the goals, I can't remember which one it was now, where he just dangled a leg. And again, it blocked the first one, but then because of the shape of his body, was unable to compete with the run through, and you're like, well, hold on, that's just amateurish. It's like, but that's the problem.
That shot that
when
he
you come
blocked, he more or less dawdled across to get near the man. That he should have been across at the man before he was.
Yeah, he looks as though he's lacking a lot of pace, isn't he? He's lost a few yards.
Absolutely.
It's a bit like Trippier now. Like, you see how slow Trippier's been and all. I get that he's been a little while, but my God, it's frightening to see how he just couldn't keep up at all.
Yeah. His recovery was awful, wasn't it?
He's old as Win in dog years, man. So you gotta. He's like Win in dog years, man. He's old for football, man. So it's
classic.
It's a bit difficult, but I mean, listen. Somebody in the chat. Oh, actually, here we go. Iniesta says, Eddie. Oh no, not this one. But he mentioned something about Harvey Barnes playing a lot of minutes and is a risk for Man City. At some point,
right.
Here we go. Here says Barnes 230 minutes within 3 days, and I think he crossed the dangerous red line, risking fatigue injuries if he plays 90 minutes tomorrow. The thing is, you're the best player, man. You're gonna have to.
I know, but he's getting 4 goals in 3 games. So how are you? Kind of what you meant to do? We're desperate for goals.
The best
4 goals in 3 games. I am 3 days. I'm over the moon with that. I use.
Absolutely.
I could agree with the point that the manager needs to think of other things, but at the end of the day, man, you gotta think about what's right in front of your nose, and you can rest them in the Premier League or whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, also if you're a player, if you're called to be the best player, man, you're just gonna have to get in there, and that's part of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just
well, look at Bruno. Look at Bruno. How many games has he missed? You know, if Bruno can do it, why can't the rest? Like, I'm not a one of this rotate. I'm not into that personally. I'm honestly not. Yes, if you see them flapping, then get them off. You know, like with Trippier, for instance, you could see he just wasn't there. Just get him off. When you see it, then take them off, but not. But if you see that Barnes is getting on and he's getting there and he doesn't look as though he's flapping, then leave him on. Why not? I don't get it. Don't get it.
I don't get it. And Bruno is a prime example. You know, he's played
exactly.
3 games in a week consecutively for 3 weeks, and it doesn't bother him.
Well, another one is Tonali. I don't think he's ever looked knackered to not play. He hasn't played maybe for different reasons, but I mean the way he was running at the extra time the other day,
at the end of the match, Tonali was making that run down the right. Fantastic.
So there are some players that got that physicality, but like I said, if you're called to be the star of the team, you got to go out there and play in star minutes, and those are
You
star
do.
minutes, man. At the end of the game, that's when the team needs you the most.
Listen,
So-
can I just jump
Completely
in here?
agree.
Can I just jump in here? Laura
That's
Toon-Wifey in
my
the
thoughts.
chat. Laura Toon-Wifey, you haven't contacted me yet with your details for to send your prize to you. So can you contact me at tmw@nufctalk.tv. Email
tell
me
Laura,
there.
There's a reason why she hasn't sent you her details, Wayne.
Yeah, I'm sure she said that she'd contacted you in. She said she'd sent you an email in the last chat. Not this show, the one before. Yeah, check your emails, buddy.
Check your email.
I'm sure that's
Maybe
what
you
she
should
said.
do that before you make assumptions. How you know she ain't got your WhatsApp. She's not giving you her number. Trust me.
Rich, can I just go back onto what you've just said there, though, about Bruno? And again, I don't want to discredit Bruno for what he does for this team, because at the minute he carries them a lot of the time. For me, though, you've got, there's two mentalities to look at this. You've got the aerobic and anaerobic part of your body, haven't you? So if you think about like just jogging and long distance running, and again, we look at Bruno, he hasn't got that burst of pace, has he? He hasn't got that explosive energy. So he seems to be the player that just jogs box to box, if you like. And that does create that different stamina. But when you've got that hit type of situation where you're high intensity, where you're just driving from moment of being still, and then you're into the back end, running off the shoulder of a defender, and you're really bursting, there's a bit of a difference where you've got more pressure on the musculoskeletal part of your body. So as much as I agree with you, there is a bit of a difference in the way players have that energy lacks in the game and the chance of recouping as well as injury, because there's different players that will work in tandem at different moments of the game. And like I say, for me, Bruno's the marathon man. It's like Tonali, isn't it? Tonali's he's got that bit more of an explosive, so he does that extensive yardage, but he does seem to have a lot more breaks than Bruno does, and maybe that's one of the reasons.
Yeah. Well, I think Bruno lacks massive pace. Like, that's the only downside of his game. He is so slow, it's frightening. It is literally frightening how slow he is. But he makes up with it with such amazing passes, outside of the foot. Look at that pass that he sent to J7 for that header, man. Oh, that just makes up for everything that he lacks that way, He does, he can pick people up from anywhere, basically. I love that about him. Love it.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Love it. Well, lads, I'm going to get off because I let other people get on, but it's been a pleasure as you always. Take care.
Cheers, Rich. Have a lovely day, buddy.
Mate.
Away the bags.
See you, pal.
See you, mate. See you. That was Richie Toon-Nut there calling us from Newcastle. Call us now. Have your say, folks. 0191 916 8864. Win. Did you get the email? You got Laura's email, man. She sent an email.
It's not there.
Oh, she said,
No,
look at your spam, though. Look at your spam.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Satish says, win in charge of IT. Eddie Howe's equals to Eddie Howe's nephew in charge of transfers. There you go, man. That's not fit for purpose, baby. Not
love
fit
it.
For
love
purpose.
it.
Not fit for purpose, man. That's the
Love
problem.
it.
So there you go. Laura says, I'm a good Christian wife. Exactly. Don't. There you go. Now he's got it. Exactly. How about doing that first, man? Wayne has to check his other email account for his special message.
His OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Some quotes from the presser, of course. As far as January incomings, Eddie Howe has been quoted saying the problem for us is PSR. No one is saying we can't do this or can't do that. The key thing to consider is business now versus business in the summer. Value for money and value for money in the summer. Signing the right player, I'm assuming. Sign the right player. If you sign the wrong player, you're carrying that for 3, 4, 5-year contract. Are the right players available in January? That's there's a lot to discuss and a lot to consider for a short-term need against a long-term decision for the club. So a lot of word salad to just say we're not good. We are not good. Anybody right now? So come on, man. we know this game too long, man. We know, but listen, maybe it's not the time. But center back, the thing is though, we can't also get too carried away. It seems like we need a center back, but do we need to sign a center back? Is the question really? Because when right now we're going through something that's kind of weird. Butman is coming back. Chow is available. Alex Murphy, if you're pushed to, Burns he said it's not ready now, or it'll probably be a few weeks, but he will be there. So make a signing, jeopardize money for a center back.
But we're going to need a centre back anyway, because Shea and Bird.
Yeah, but right now you have to basically. It's different, when you absolutely need something and you got to now go by somebody quickly and in a hurry, as opposed to waiting, taking your time, taking a look at players, taking a look at different possibilities to get the best player that you can get. Right now, trying to do everything in a rush is no good, man.
But you would have thought that they've already earmarked players.
Yep. But you would have thought that proper center backs are not going to be available, just like that, especially in this.
Well, then it's all down to money, isn't it?
I just think we've got to be careful that we don't jump out the fire and into the frying pan, innit? Type of situation where you're on a knee-jerk situation. And I think you're probably going to wait until you get the information from Tino now with his hamstring. You're going to have to wait with Shaw's ligament issue and how severe that is. And I think, we all know that Lascelles has gone. I mean, I have no idea what's happened. I don't know whether that's a mentality thing or what, that, he's just, his body's given up on him or something. I'm not sure, but it seems a strange excuse that his body just doesn't feel right. Yeah. I'm not sure where that comes from. So there's a lot of questions, isn't there? So for me, it's a case of, if you're going to have to go into the market, don't just do a knee jerk and buy anybody. Try and find something that is going to give you a bit of longevity. So even if it means that you go for youth, that's got a little bit of legs that you can, yes, it may not get you instant results, but something that you can mold with, something that you can work with. I think if you just go and buy somebody with experience that has probably got the same legs as Botman or whatever, then you like I say, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. You're not doing yourself any favours.
Well, there are links to Scalvini again, obviously, and that's something that Jack will talk about after this show here on that video that he recorded. He will talk about Scalvini and what's going on, what's going around the rumor mill with him. Well, she's a good one, but I really like him. I like Scalvini, but he's not coming right now, man.
Hasn't he just come back from injury?
Maybe so, yeah, maybe so.
I think he has. He's just another bit of a glass player, that lad.
But here's the thing, though, because that's what now things are starting to pile up, because some people think that we need to get a fullback as well. So because Livermento's now once again knackered, and there's an update on Livermento on this next video that you're going to be redirected to, again, by the way, by Jack Cunningham in TalkSport. And he's not too keen on he wants to, like Andy Bell's wife, explore her options. You know what I mean? She wants, I'm just joking, by the way. That's not a real thing. I'm just joking. But it's just so that's something that's interesting. And plus, he's hurt all the time. So he's hurt all the time. That's just the way it is. If we gonna get onto Botman, you got to get onto him as well, because this is starting to happen a lot now. And you could argue already we should have gotten a replacement in the summer, but we didn't. And then people say also, we ain't got no right wing, which I think at this point we already found a solution with Harvey Barnes or Gordon, to be fair. One or the other.
Yeah. And another positive, I suppose, even though we haven't had any output from either of them, is Murphy, and probably Alanga looks as though he's on the cusp of return, even though, like I said, they haven't really offered us anything in the attacking notion. It's just minutes in legs, isn't it? That for me is, like I say, if you can rotate players through, and Tuesday, don't get me wrong, is an important game, but if you can get the results, and maybe, at City Ground, you have got that option then, if you want a bit of pace Alanga might just be able to be the one that unlocks the door, even though, it doesn't look like he could unlock his own bloody door when he leaves home at the minute. But, I'm hoping things will change.
Scalvini missed 33 games in 23-24.
ACL, wasn't it?
25 games in 24-25. And he's already missed 13 games this season.
Yeah, he's been back for the last 6, according to the lads in the chat.
His injuries have varied between knee problems, ankle sprain, lumbago, two absences of 4 games and 2 games for lumbago, abductor injury, shoulder injury, hamstring muscle injury, cruciate ligament tear, shoulder injury, abductor pain, hamstring and abductor pain.
Yeah, I think he fits straight into our squad then, didn't he?
He's
Get out your mind, man.
He's a walking sick note, that kid. Talk about me.
So he's got basically everything Mighty Wing got high blood pressure, got what is that? Osteoporosis. And come on, man.
Syphilis.
Wait.
Oh dear.
I don't think you can get that no more though. Okay.
I gotta say, just keep taking the antibiotics, Win.
Got it off the toilet seat.
Wait, come on, man.
You must have been eating it because it's in your mouth.
You got the pre-war diseases out, man. We passed that, Win. We passed that, man. But no, look, I don't know, man. The people in the chat also taking a pee out, on his stats, talking about he's great for us then, because he's injured all the time. I don't think we need to get another injured. I don't think we need to get an injury-prone backup.
No,
you know what I mean? Because that ain't gonna. He's 17 years old though. Oh man, that's crazy. To be 17, he's got a lumbago. What the?
No. That's the one. His teammates. Let's get his teammates.
Okay.
He's a great player actually. Good shout, that is Iniesta.
22.
He's a good player.
But even 22, and that. So from being that, he had lumbago at 19.
Yeah, it's crazy. Chris is gone. Somebody said it. I think it was Geordie Dan says it. Lumbago. That's a nice place to visit. Yeah, exactly.
What the heck is going on, man? Oh my God.
Unreal. Nice place to visit in the summertime, lumbago. Love it. Oh dear. Chris is gone. You've absolutely knackered, Chris. Oh, bless you. Look at this.
Oh my God!
Oh,
man.
bless!
That is insane, man. We got no hope as a Newcastle fans, man. No hope whatsoever.
No, he's a journo, mate. He's a journo.
That's right. That's right. Smash the like button. Scalvini coming in with rheumatitis, and he's gonna come back with all the stuff. But the fullback is a big question. The Hernandez kid, I think he plays for Milan. Hernandez, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. He's got a brother, I think a twin brother, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, they're pretty good. They play for France, though. One of them is for France, and pretty good. But we were linked with them before. But the thing is, it doesn't seem like we're gonna make any signings. That's the moral of the story, man.
It could be a bit of a smoke screen. I think. I mean, I think this could be a bit of a smoke screen. I don't think Eddie will throw all his cards on the table for everybody to see, but I do believe in what he's saying regarding he will wait to hear from the results coming back from these plays before he makes a decision one way or the other. But I still think we need a fullback anyway. I think that is, you look at, I think it was Louise again who said about Kraft getting back at some point. And again, he still seems to be struggling somewhat from another question mark knee problem. So again, he's a utility player. but is he going to be the type of player that gets you to that next level? Yeah, he can come in and maybe do 1 or 2 games, but with the amount of games facing Newcastle, that ain't good enough. Like I said, we need a little bit of quality going forward to give the likes of Tino and Hall, if you can get somebody who's versatile in both positions. Not always going to be the likes of Tino, though, who can run both flanks really well. So sometimes you do lose a little bit, but you have to start filling the void with quality, else you're just gonna tread water. And this team, like I say, they want to go forward, then they've got to start looking at, for me, youth now. You go and get some young ones. They are out there. You've just got to grow with the team.
Well, one thing that was, well, he updated on Tino. He said that there's no update really. Just gonna have to have a scan now today and see the full extent of his injury. And that's that's gonna be one. But the surprise for me was that Anthony Ilanga and Murphy have a chance tomorrow. That's not good news to me at all. Because tomorrow is a very difficult game, man. And we can't mess around.
All your meat on the grill.
All your meat on the grill, man. At this point, you gotta have Barnes on there. You gotta have Gordon. But the thing is, if you're gonna do Gordon, Barnes, Voltemar, and Wissa, which I don't think. I think he's gonna go back to 4.
No. I think Gordon will be on the bench again.
And who's gonna play there?
Voltemar, Wissa, and Barnes, same as Sunday.
That's what? No, Willock played.
Bruno comes in for Willock. J7
Right.
comes in for Ramsey. And then the same front 3 is.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't like that, man. Well, it wasn't. In my opinion, it wasn't 4-3-3. I didn't see that. I thought I didn't see 4-3-3. I saw more of a 4-2-2-2.
Well, call it what you will. I would like to see whatever, as I said, whatever back 4 we can put together. That's in the lap of the gods. But then big 3 in midfield and Wissa, Voltemar, and Barnes up front.
I would do that, but I would put Gordon. I think Gordon, although he's been kind of
we kept on saying Barnes was good off the bench. Gordon was good off the bench on Sunday.
No. Well, ain't no we. You keep using that crap. Barnes needs to start, but I think that if you're gonna play with 2 wingers, I think the best wingers that we got to play are Gordon and Barnes. So they're the ones that need to play. Now, if you do play with that, that's why formations do matter, because if you do, you say call it what you will, but if you play 4-3-3, then there's no change. But if you do what I thought it was, and at times it looked like a 4-2-3-1. But then it does change things, because now you're only playing with 2 midfielders, and who are you going to take out? Is the biggest question. If it comes to, I don't think tonight. Well, tonight needs to play. You can't take out tonight.
We've got to have a stiff midfield against City. And he thought of playing just a double pivot, especially with because Bruno.
Yeah, but you got Miley there as well.
And I don't think he's quick enough.
You're going to put if Miley plays
back 4 that we're going to have.
If Miley plays against Doku, if Doku plays, for example, that's going to be that's going to be very dangerous. We'll have to see, I guess. But that's.
I was surprised he wasn't asked about Hall's fitness, but it looks as though he's definitely going to go again.
Yeah, so it's wild. It's wild. I don't know right now what would be the right formation, but it's going to be one heck of a decision, to be fair. There's options. There's options, but I do see us going back to the regular 4-3-3 though. And I mean, you could do but then again, you couldn't do Wissa and Voltemar though. That's the wrong. If you go 4-3-3 with the 3 midfielders, Joelinton, Tonali, and Bruno, then you gotta have who's gonna be the wingers? Barnes.
But just Barnes, Wissa, and
you gonna fly with 1 wing. You can't do that, man.
Why not? You've got J7 on the left.
J7 ain't a winger, man. Get out of here. What are you talking about?
He's
if you want a bruiser in the midfield, which was what you want, He can't be up there like that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when we're on the transition and we are going forward. I would have no qualms at all about playing that team.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'd be more worried about what I'm going to be playing at the back than I would be playing forward, because I think at the end of the day, you can pull 5 players out of a hat to go and play up top, because it's going to be grab your chance when they get to you. What we have to do is be on our mettle and on our toes at the back. And like I say, Doku against Trippier, that's my worry.
Doku and Trippier, but that's why if Lewis, that's why I don't even know, because if you put Lewis Miley, I think he will get skinned against.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's every opportunity. If I'm honest with you, that could happen as well. Because, like I say, Doku has made a few fullbacks look silly at times. But again, the one thing I like about Lewis Miley, he doesn't jump in. And Doku's only got 1 foot, and he likes to come in and work inside. So if you show him down the line a lot of the times, as long as you can match with some pace, and again, the one thing that I'll worry about is us defending that 18-yard box. But I can see that happening, if I'm honest with you.
Janista says we got a double Doku, Highland, and Cherokee. That means we got no team. Everybody just defending 3 players, and the rest.
Yeah.
I also think you're saying Doku will skin Trips, but Trips is a wily old fox, as well.
No, I'm not. I didn't say Trips. I mean, I think Trips' experience will say, you know what, I'm going to keep my distance from this guy, stay back a little bit, and sort of do it that way. Miley is my worry. We got a new call. We got Laura calling us now. Laura, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Is that Laura Toon Wifey?
It is Laura Toon Wifey.
Yeah.
Good morning, Laura.
I've got your address. Thank you.
Morning,
That's
Gabby.
on its way today.
You should be worried about that, by the way, Laura. You might want to. You're gonna move away after this.
No, she's already moved away. Don't worry about that.
Oh no, I just wanted to say I'm actually excited for tomorrow night for the Manchester City, because I think after.
Aren't you? Don't you live by Manchester?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually live in Macclesfield, which is just below Manchester.
Oh, I saw that
and I think we just
good result for Macclesfield yesterday, eh?
Yeah, we beat Crystal Palace, didn't we? Which with the holders.
Beat the holders.
That's right.
Robbie Savage doing a great job there.
Yeah, the town's jumping, it really is, but I'm a Newcastle fan. I'm born and bred Macclesfield, which is awful, but if they come, it means I can get tickets, because I've never actually seen Newcastle play, because it's so hard to get tickets. So it'd be so exciting. I could get tickets in the Macclesfield end to watch my team, but I just wouldn't have to, scream and shout if we score.
Just got to sit on your hands, sweetheart. That's what you've got to do. Learn to sit on your hands.
I don't think I'll be able to. I know, because I'm so high pitched. Everybody kind of looks at me when I scream.
Yeah, fabulous.
There you go. And then
so I'm so excited anyway for tomorrow night, because I think the last game, I think we really learned how to dig in and persevere, and we got the success. And I think the mindset of the players will have changed now. And I think they'll go into this with that mindset that if we just dig in, we can do this, with the belief and the hard work, we can achieve something. I think they've been on a little bit of a downer with all the difficult results. So I'm really excited, and I hope they can win tomorrow night. Because I do believe that, hard work and belief gives you success. And I think they believe that now, the mindset. And the other point was, I noticed in the presser that Eddie Howe, he's got a little bit of an edge to him. The cracks are starting to show now. When Craig Hope asked him about the comments he made about the future, about the stadium and the training ground upgrades and things, he kind of said, oh, well, the press kind of blew it up out of all proportion.
Yeah,
and I've noticed in the last few press, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Eddie Howe, but he's just starting to get that edge now. And I'm thinking, is that because I mean, this is the biggest job he's had, isn't it? And he's just starting to learn. Maybe he does need an edge to be a manager at this level, and he's just starting to push back a little bit, I've noticed. So I'm hoping that he's learning and that he will just get that edge to take us a bit further.
It's a good shout.
Good, very good shout. That's something that I'd made a note of for to talk about, because as you rightly say, he said, you know, stuff I've said, it gets blown out of all proportions. He says, I've got every faith, fully supportive of the board. Whereas when he was asked about the stadium development, and he sort of said, you know, because of the length of time it's taken, he didn't know whether he would be around when it actually happened. And that was nothing to do with him saying, I'm chucking it or whatever, or I'm going to get the boot. It was simply saying it's going to take longer than we thought it was going to take. And it was blown out of all proportion. The Bruno comment was blown out of all proportion. The Anthony Gordon comment blown out of all proportion. And he's, as you say, Laura, he's fighting back.
Yeah, but don't you think, Laura, though, when the club, any club this is, it's not just Newcastle I'm talking about, but any club that find they go through a difficult spell, what you often find then is a lot of journos or, you know, general public will just, you know, pick at anything they can just to slur the club even further. I think that's just one of those things, you know what they say about good news. Good news doesn't go any further than the person you talk to. But when you tell them bad news, then the next thing you know, the whole blooming street knows about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. They do. Everybody, it sticks like, what, I can't say what it sticks like, but
yeah, exactly.
Much, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What lineup would you go with tomorrow, Laura?
Ooh, good question. I wouldn't play Walter Marder and Wissa again, even though I wanted that. I wanted to see it, but I wouldn't do that again. I don't think that quite works. But I'd go, I know it's fatigue and everything, but I'd go for the team that finished the game last night, because I think they will have that mindset of belief. And I think the power of the mind will work much better than just fresh legs, honestly. I think they'll be on roll. And I love Joe Linton. I think he's doing fantastic at the moment. I love his passion. Him and Bruno, our Brazilian boys, they're amazing. They pull that team through. Bruno's, you know, the cheerleader, and Joe Linton's the buff macho guy. He's the force, and I love them two on the pitch, and I don't think we're the same team without them. As a back line, the defence, and we're just a bit struggling, aren't we, really, with that? I don't know where to go with that. Where do you think?
We're not good.
We are not good.
Well, it depends on the individual. Well, Eddie will know better the day after they've done a training session and see where everybody is fitness-wise.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very light session, though, to be fair. I think you'll find a lot of people in the cryo unit. They'll all be in line taking the tickets because there's only one. Trying to get that recovery in before 6 o'clock.
That's right.
Get all the tape on Joe Linton. He's always taped up, isn't he? Covered in tape, everything.
Yeah.
Right.
It reminds me of one of my vases that I've got here. That's covered in tape as well. It keeps getting hit on the floor.
Laura, thank you for calling us today. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Great hearing from you, Laura.
Yeah, lovely to.
Your prize is on its way.
Have a great day, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Have a lovely day, sweetheart.
Have a great day.
Take care. Up the banks.
Now, Laura there. Call us now, folks, and have your say in the later minutes of the show. 0191-916-8864. More quotes from Eddie Howe in the presser was that he's confirmed there is a cutoff for Newcastle to be able to recall Matt Targett from his loan spell at Middlesbrough this month. And he's been quoted saying, I believe there's a cutoff point, but I think Ross, the sporting director, has been in regular dialogue with Matt's agent. We'll make a decision on that very soon. The fact the club is entertaining it and saying that Ross Wilson is in constant conversations with conversation with Targett is to some people worrying, to some people not bothered. But I mean, what do you make? I mean, that's quite honestly, if you people really believe we need a defender. By the way, my Targett's been playing center back at Middlesbrough a lot this year. So if they need a center back, people think we need a center back, and there's questions about us spending, being rushed to buy a new center back, then Matt Targett could be the solution. Now, what Matt Targett needs to agree to it, by the way. He's not. Well, actually, it would behoove him to agree for it to be a good situation overall.
Absolutely, be up to Newcastle if they've got.
But it'd be up to Newcastle. But then you don't want a disgruntled player either. So that's kind of the weird situation about it, to be fair. But I mean, is he going to be a solution? No, he is lighting it up in the Championship. I don't know.
Automatic promotion at the minute.
Yeah, they are. I think that is the $6 million question for me, because do you get the right player's mentality if you're getting a player who's playing regular football in the Championship, playing well, obviously suits that level of football? You bring him home to his parent club, and then he sits on the bench. You are going to question whether you're going to get the right mental approach if and when you include him in a team. So I think there has to be a conversation between Eddie Howe. It's a massive gamble, because even the idea for him going out on loan was he's not going to get the time required to get match sharp at Newcastle. So when you bring him back, he's only going to be a bit part player on the bench unless you want to rotate. And again, you're only going to be rotating him minimal times. Eddie, we know Eddie likes to keep that continuity within the team. But like I say, the games are coming thick and fast, Chris. So you've got to start saying, you've got to start sharing the load a little bit more. And we've seen with the fullbacks now, both have come back early. One seems to be repeatedly getting injured now, picking up strains. So are we bringing them back far too quickly? I think it's only going to be a matter of time before something has to give. And whether, like I said, the biggest problem on Eddie's shoulders now, and you've got to think of it from a coach's point of view, it's a results-based industry. So if he brings Matty Targett back and we lose a couple of games, and I'm not blaming Matty Targett on this, but it's that drop of quality, that he gets taken on that right-hand side as left-back, and beaten for pace, beaten for quality. We're conceding more goals than we are at the moment, which will be a long haul. When you think of the amount of goals we've conceded over the last 2 games, which is 6, there's got to be questions asked on this back four as it stands.
Mick Bingley calling us now from St Andrews, Scotland. How are you, Mick?
Good morning, Mick.
I'm all right, Chris. Morning, lads.
Morning.
Doing great, mate. Good morning. Is it snowy over there still?
Sorry, Chris.
Is it snowy over there still?
No. It's 9 degrees a day. It's got a blue sky and the sun is shining.
Oh, there
Lovely.
You go, baby. There you go.
So it's pretty good. Pretty
It's
good. We're just taking loads of road salt for the spreaders for cost the short, so we're taking that to all the council depots. But there you go.
There you go, baby.
But anyway,
doing important work.
That match on Saturday, I agree a lot with what Gary says, right? We go in front, then we'll lose the lead, then we'll draw, then we'll go in front again, then we'll lose the lead again, and you're thinking, what is going on, man? And hey, Gary's right. If we don't get that defence sorted for tomorrow night, they will crucify us.
Well, but tomorrow is the most important game of them all, though, to be fair. So that's you gotta get it right.
Of course it is.
You can't. Eddie talking about Ilanga's available. No, he's not. I don't care if he's ready to play. He can't play, man. Tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
No.
Not tomorrow.
All right. So he's got a little bit of pace. It's what he does when the final ball. He's terrible. I think he's the worst signing we've had in years, like. I don't know what's the matter with the guy. And then Eddie Howe comes away with some excuse that he's injured or he's this. I don't know. But all of a sudden he's maybe available tomorrow night. I don't get it. I'll tell you what I was going to ask Wayne or Gary. Who do you think should be in goal tomorrow night, Pope or Ramsdale?
Ooh.
They both give you something different.
That's a difficult one.
That's a question and a half, by the way.
Again, it's one of them. You know, for me, I wasn't too enhamoured by Ramsdale's kicking against Bournemouth.
No,
if I'm honest with you, and obviously, if that's what they've brought him in the squad for, then to me, he's been at the school of Pope. So, do you go with the shot stopper? I think you have to. I think you have to take your kicking game out, and that to me is a shame to say it, but I think I'd rather have a shot stopper than go with their striking force.
He was actually asked that.
That's my thoughts.
And he by the way, he didn't correct the journalist in any way when the journalist said, obviously, Nick Pope is your number one. Who are you going to go with tomorrow? And he didn't say it to the journalist. No. He said, yes, I don't have a number. He just let that run so we know where Eddie stands personally. However, Ramsdale has played all the cup games.
Well, that's true. And the thing is, Walter Mortar and Wizard, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. But you've got to give them time. I mean, that's the first time them two guys have played together, like the one game, and people are shouting out for it. Play them. But it's not going to happen overnight, you know what I mean? I know we haven't got the time, but it's not going to happen overnight, You've got to give them time to play together, and I don't know. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what them two will play. Bonds will come in, keep going on the bench. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
and neither do any of us.
No, Wayne. I know, Wayne. Well, listen, lads. That was just a quick one to make. I'm just going. Go on, Gary. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say to you, because obviously we've got lads in the chat as well, and they're listening to what you're saying, buddy. And they're absolutely right. They've both leaked goals, and I think when you consider if the goalkeeper isn't saving and you've put both of them in, and they've both leaked 3 goals, that must make a bit of a question mark of the lads giving them any support in front of them. And I also, and that's not just the 4 lads in defence, you've also got to question our midfield at times, because we are wide open at times, and we've been very criminal
Gary.
at that.
100%. Well, lads, listen, I'll let you get on, because I know you've got people on waiting to come in. I'm just coming back in the docks here, and I will speak to you soon.
Cheers, mate.
You take care, buddy.
Have a good day, boys. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Up the mags.
Off the mags. Mick Bingley over there in Scotland. Don't forget to smash the like button, folks. Help us grow. And we only got a few minutes here left on the show. Coming up next, folks, it is the Journal Insight with Jack Cunningham with some TalkSport information and some Alex Crook information related Newcastle United, related Livramento, related Osula, some possible incomes as well. So stay tuned for that one. Don't miss that one. You should be redirected right after this one. Don't forget to smash the like button. So we'll be live again at 8 p.m. UK kickoff. And next week is going to be a very eventful week for us, because I'll be in the tune. And Win, if you see me, keep walking, mate. Don't even try. You know what I mean? Keep walking. But it'll be a great week, man. I cannot wait. But last thoughts, fellas, before any last comment or quotes?
As I say, I think it all depends on who we've got fit to play in defence.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's going to be a difficult one. A couple of things that I did like, though, it was the transfer SOS that's come out now, and Newcastle, Eddie Howe has said apparently that the 200 million spending spree he had in somebody is not holding him back from signing players in January window. But he says Newcastle don't want to be pushed into signings the wrong player in the winter trading period. So again, we've got to we can buy. It's not a case of we can't buy. It's just, can we buy the right player? And is the right player available? January is always a difficult time to bring players in.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's not going to be as easy to bring somebody right now. So I wouldn't get my hopes up. As a matter of fact, I just realized it won't be next week. I'll be in the tune this week. The really the main core of things will be obviously next week. But I'll be going to Newcastle Friday, so I'll be landing there Saturday morning. I'll be in the tune, waking up. Now I'll be probably going right into sleep.
I can say, yeah.
But,
He said that the last time he was up in the northeast and he was in bed.
I tried, man. Which I did go a pretty long while, by the way, a pretty good while, because we got there, and then we went right into the Strawberry. So John O'Hare and a few of the other Americans, we drank pretty good until, then I was like, okay, I'm crashing now, man. I got to go. Gone back to the hotel, man.
Just get me a pint of water.
That wasn't
Laura's
then,
got
man.
some news coming in there. Look, Ashby and White in talks of loan deals to Bradford City. And obviously, we've already lost a couple of the youngsters. Parkinson's gone up to Falkirk on a permanent deal, an undisclosed permanent deal. So there's some money come Newcastle's way, but it's going to be minimal. And apparently, there's a lot more going away from the under-21s, either on loan or permanent deals. So it's something that we'll need to keep a close eye on.
I'll be keeping an eye on Parkinson at Falkirk because, let's be honest, if he can't really shine there, then there's something,
Yeah, and the one good thing about that, though, and it's something that Newcastle have been really lax at previously, is there is a buyback clause or there's a sell-on clause or something like that where they do get some money if he does flourish and decides to go elsewhere.
Good.
Signings is going to be the big question. But anyways, right now, you guys go and watch that video that we got, the Journal Insight over there, and show some support. Smash the like button over there as well. You should be redirected. If not, you'll just have to prompt it on your phone or on your TV or wherever. Check it out now, folks, and enjoy it. We need a stream like there's a new signing right into Newcastle when Chris gets in there. There you go.
We're going to have Win with his mic and the sound crew with him. Just coming off the plane. Here he is, the American man.
Baby. Oh, yeah. I'll be coming in like the Rhinestone Cowboy, man. Like the Rhinestone Cowboy. Anyway. See you later, folks. 8 p.m. tonight. But right now, go on and watch that video right now as it's premiering right now.
Howe.